from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. We've got baseball on the show. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, number 50.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
All right, ready to get underway. Standing in is the power hitting second baseman. And we're off and running in a brand new season. That catches the corner. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. What a stop. Throw to first, and they get the out. Here's Acuna.
Batting second, right fielder,
So, Boog, here's an interesting fact about Acuna. He has the most home runs at Truist Park. He passed Freddie Freeman for the top spot in 2023, and I think he might hold that record for a while.
Just getting started here in St. Louis. To third, and that chance handled. The throw to first. Quick start here this evening. 2 out, top of the first.
Third, catcher.
2 down, base is empty. And here's the catcher, Drake Baldwin. Foul ball there. Yo, 1. And it's fouled away.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
And that one ripped to left. And that is that. Back here in St. Louis, and on the hill, number 12. What do you look for here? Stepping in, Trent Grisham.
Tonight, center fielder, number 12, Trent Grisham.
Ball, that's outside.
Gets the outside corner with that one. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And a ball and 2 strikes.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one, that's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Here's a 2-2. In the air, left field. On the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 1 down. Willy Adames stands in.
The shortstop, Willy Adames.
A night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
number 2.
baseman, number
2 outs,
13.
base is empty. Here's the veteran first baseman. And that is out of play. High fly ball down the left field line. Going back on this one. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. 2 down, nobody on.
Outside, that's a ball.
And that's
No, that's
downstairs. And a full count now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Line drive. Dives and makes the catch. All set for the
Leading
start of
off
the
for the
inning.
Braves,
So now to the
left
plate for
fielder,
Atlanta.
number 44.
Misses the zone and he gets him to chase.
Okay, swing now. He had his mind made up. As soon as that ball left the hand of the pitcher, he was going to swing at it.
On the ground. And that one handled. Fires over
Out.
to first. 1 out in the second.
Batting
And now the
fifth,
DH.
designated
He's
hitter,
someone that
number
really
3.
beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Here's the center fielder. Lined, and that's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds it
Batting
second with 1
seventh,
gone.
Shortstop,
The
number
batter
2.
will be the shortstop. To the right side, Torres. In the dirt, and he can't hang on to it. Almost a fantastic
Batting
play.
8th, third
Here's the
baseman,
third baseman.
number 9.
Golden opportunity right here. That one to first. Base hit. 1 run in already. And they hold the runner at third. Bases remain loaded here. Still only 1 gone. Here's Sean Murphy. Rip, but it curls foul.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning. This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Ball.
Next offering is down low. Battling here as he fouls it away. Bases loaded, 1 away. Here on opening day. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Now batting,
Huge
second baseman,
strikeout
number
there.
38.
Here's the second baseman. And that one fouled off. Here's the 0-1. And fouled off. The 0-2. Pitch gets away. No movement on the bases. 1-2 the count. Bases loaded, 2 down. Here at the top of the second.
Ball, that's
a
off the
really
plate.
good take.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. That one
That's a ball.
missed. Line drive, that's a base hit. 1 runs in. The throw to third. In there safely.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
And he makes the grab. And that'll do it. Bottom half of inning
Leading
number
off for
2.
the Cardinals.
Now up the Cardinals number
Catcher,
4 hitter, Cal Raleigh. And there's a foul ball.
Ball, that's outside.
In the air to left center. Settles underneath it. Takes it in for the out. In steps Adolis Garcia, also known as El Bombi.
Ball, that's inside. That's ball 2.
Liner to second and picked on the hop. Over to first. Nicely done for the out. 2 down, bases empty. Here's the veteran second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Ball.
In the air, right field. Acuna settles under it, and that will end the inning. Back here at Busch
Leading
Stadium.
off for
Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Drake Baldwin. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Baldwin measures 6 feet even, 225 pounds, and he was a 3rd-round pick in 2022. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. The relay to second, not in time. That's a leadoff double. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter grounded out his first time. He swings and fouls one off. Liner, and this could be trouble. Baldwin around third. In comes the run from second. Cut off, throw to second, but he's in there easily.
Seeing some
Now
good swings
batting,
from him
the
right now with
designated
consecutive
hitter,
extra
number
base
3.
hits. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
That one fouled off.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Man at second. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Stays alive. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And the 0-2. Oh, great stop to first. And very nicely done for the out. So now
batting,
with one away and a man at second.
Number 14.
And now the center fielder, 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. On the ground,
Foul.
right side. And it goes just foul. Foul ball.
All 1.
Nice grab. Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Here's the shortstop at the plate. He's 0 for 1. To the right side, and a base hit knocks in a run.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Just missed.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
2 runs across in the inning. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again.
That's a ball.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create
That's
just
ball
a
3.
little bit of illusion at the end.
Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Carrying well. Going, gone. He flexes his power with that swing, and they add to their lead. It's 7-0. So here's Murphy now. Struck out swinging his first time.
Now pitching.
Here's a
for
new
the
pitcher from the
Cardinals.
pen, Orion
Number
Kerkering.
50.
He's into the game with the bases empty.
Kerkering.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. 0-1 now. And a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on.
Ball 1.
Fights it off, you'll see another. Here's a high chopper. Torres to first, and they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. Back here in St. Louis,
Leading off for
set
the
for the bottom of the
Cardinals.
3rd.
Right
Clearly
fielder,
down in this ball game, and you can't look at the
Carpenter.
deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that pitcher work to get you out.
Here's the tag, and he's out. And now it's Alec Bohm. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. This one in the air, center field. Under it. 2 down. Stephen Kwan next up for the Cardinals.
Ball 1.
Up the middle. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Up next for the Cardinals. Center
Back to the
fielder.
leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Here's a big power
Grisham.
threat. Trent Grisham flied to left his first time.
Nope.
To the right side. And it finds its way through for a hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Back-to-back singles. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Adames in the box now. Takes strike 1. In the dirt. 2 on, 2 outs. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That is the inning. On to the 4th.
Leading off
Now
for
the
the
leadoff
Braves.
spot for the
Second
Braves.
baseman,
Number 38.
38.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics.
And that gets down for a base hit. And out to a board. So up next, Drake Baldwin, 1 for 2.
Now pitching
Tyler
for the
Holt
Cardinals.
taking over on the mound.
Number 87.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Runners at second and third and 1 out. And now it's Atlanta's cleanup hitter. Tap foul at the plate. And the lefty with the 0-1. Swing and a bouncer. Raleigh whips it to first. Out on a bang-bang play, but he made it close. And next is the designated hitter. And he hits a ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Ready to go,
Leading
bottom
off for
4.
St.
And
Louis,
stepping in for the
first
Cardinals,
baseman,
number 13.
Number 13.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
Nope, that's a ball.
Popped in the air, left field. Takes it in for the out. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Cal Raleigh. Fly to left his first time.
Off the
Fastball
plate,
is
ball 1.
outside.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
That's to third. Fair ball. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Adolis
Designated
Garcia
hitter.
getting ready to hit. Grounded out his first time off.
That's a ball.
On the ground right side. 4, 6, 3. It's a double play. And that'll do it for the inning. We go to the top of the
Leading off
fifth.
for the
Now in
Braves.
for the Braves.
Center
Number
fielder,
14.
Number 14.
On the ground right side. Torres handles. Over to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now it's the shortstop. And that's a fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. And he's there with a double.
Didn't take long to get a result for that
Now
at bat.
batting,
Solid
third
double
baseman,
down the line, and that
number
was a
9.
pretty decent pitch that he just turned on. Not really out over the plate. It was inside, but he was more than ready to get that bat through the zone.
And it's second. And that's fouled off. Stays alive. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. 1 out and a runner at second here on opening day. Chop to third. Boom. Slings to first in time. Sean Murphy
Up
gets a
next,
chance to
Brett
hit.
Vanna, first
He is
baseman,
very
Sean
much your
Murphy.
typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
But we see
Laser to the gap, should score the run. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and it's an 8-run lead. into second. That's an RBI double.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was
Now
ready to
batting,
swing it on the
second
first
baseman,
pitch.
number
You see a ball come
38.
off the bat like that, you know it was pretty much a perfect swing. And for me, I start wondering, and I'm looking on the computer, what was the exit velocity? This time 106.
Now pitching
They
for
hand the
the
ball over to a
Cardinals.
new arm, Edward
Number
Bizardo.
83.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your
Bizardo.
guys are
Outside.
trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Man on second, 2 down. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Got him swinging. Good job at damage control right there. This game's a bit of a
Leading
blowout,
off for
Singy. Let's talk
St.
about
Louis.
something random.
Let's
Second
do it.
baseman,
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot
Suarez.
race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Ball one.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Cardinals, right
Digging
fielder
in, Kerry Carpenter.
Carpenter.
Ground ball right
Foul.
side. And that's just foul. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-sized ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Takes it in for the out.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings
Up
could hold up
next
for
for
it
the
now.
I feel like 5 years
Third
ago you could have
baseman,
handled the freeze. It would have been fun. And I would bait you
Bones.
into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some
Up
point or
next
another.
for the
But
Cardinals,
yeah, it's always a
left
great thing
fielder,
to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled
Why?
outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, there'd have been a little too revealing.
That is the inning. Top 6. So now to the plate for Atlanta. Ronald Acuna Jr. Up the middle. Dives and he can't hang on. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Drake Baldwin next up for the Braves. The Braves up big in this one here on opening day. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter. Check swing, but he went too far. And that's strike one. Spear to the mound. Runner might be in trouble. Sends it to
No,
first.
he's out.
There for the out. Runner scores from third.
now
Next is the
batting,
designated hitter.
hitter,
1 for
number
3.
3.
Intentional walk coming here, and that sets up the double play possibility with
Now
one
batting,
away and runners
center
at first
fielder,
and second.
Number 14.
First and second, one out. Here's the center fielder. That's off the inside corner. Ball one. Foul tip straight back, and that squared him up in the mask. That didn't feel good. On the ground, right side, Torres. They get the force.
You're out.
And there's 2 away. Here's the shortstop at the plate.
Now pitching,
Pitching
for the
change here,
Cardinals.
Zach Pop.
Number
And we all know
56.
about his slider. It's just
Zach
filthy, man. And
Pop.
one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
This one in the air, center field. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in. Back to the top of the lineup. Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Cardinals, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all
that's out.
game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Comes up empty. That's strike two. And that one hammered way back there. And that's going to bang against the wall. Here's the throw. And he starts the bottom of the sixth with a double.
Still able to come through behind in the
Up
count
next
right
for the
there.
Cardinals,
Loud contact leads to the double.
shortstop,
I mean, you could tell it had extra
Willy
bases written
Adames.
all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
And now Willy Adames.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and part of the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
One away. So now with one away. And it's
Now
second.
pitching for
Here
the
comes a new arm for the
number
Braves.
46.
Number 46.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And it's second. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
That one is absolutely belted. Should be extra bases. Into the dive, and he got it. Runner tags at second, and he moves up to third. Now two away.
Up next for the Cardinals, catcher Cal Raleigh.
So digging in, Cal Raleigh. He has, as they like to say,
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
that's right. Ball one, no strikes. Hammered down the right side, but foul. In the dirt, nice job behind the plate. Hit hard, but foul off to the left. Not close with that one. And now it's 3-2. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Should have this one. And that's the third out. Top of inning
Leading
number
off for the
7.
Braves,
Now in for the
third
Braves.
baseman,
Number 9.
Number 9.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back. And that one is off the wall. Here comes the throw. It's a double. Third hit of the night for him. So man aboard. And here's the first baseman.
Now pitching
So they
for the
turn to their
Cardinals,
closer, Griffin Jax.
number 22, Griffin Jax.
In the dirt, blocked. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And it's second.
Ball one.
On the ground to the left. On to first. That's the first out at the top of the 7th.
Now
Now it's
batting,
the second baseman.
number 38.
Bounced up the middle. Not in time.
No, he's safe.
Great effort, but it's an infield
Up
hit.
next for Atlanta,
So they're at
right
the corners
fielder,
now.
Ronald
And
Acuna
here is
Jr.
Ronald Acuna Jr. Fought off foul. Jags.
Ball one.
He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton. Out to short. Off balance feet.
He's out.
One. What a
Got him.
double play that was. Inning over. Bottom of the seventh. Here's the Cardinal D.
Now pitching
Adolis
for
Garcia,
Atlanta,
righty
number
reliever out of the
45,
pen, Michael Kopech.
Kopech.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
One up, one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Gleyber Torres up to the plate. That one at triple digits.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
The Cards with a lot of ground to make up. Here at the bottom of the seventh. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That's out to center field under this one. And there's two down. Kerry Carpenter now at the plate.
Ball.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Liner, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for two. And that's a two-bagger.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So now a pinch hitter for the Cardinals.
Number 5.
Number 5. Looking for a two-out hit with a runner in scoring position. Fly ball down the line, and that drops foul. Late with the swing there.
Well, you can't expect to get a great pitch to hit with an open base and a runner on second. He's going to have to really tighten up his sights here, make sure that he can barrel up the ball.
Man on second, two down. On the ground, out to short. And that is the third out of the inning. We go to the eighth. Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Drake Baldwin. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Kwan hauls it in for the out. One down.
Now batting.
Now the left fielder.
Number 44.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that's a one-out single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really nice
Pinch
job
running
staying
at
up the
first
middle
for the
with his
Braves.
approach. He didn't try to
Number
do too much
36.
with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Now here is number 3. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Swing and a high fly ball, deep left field. That one carrying, and wow, that one is way out of here. A 2-run blast. And they tack on to their lead. It's 11-0. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get
Safe,
off a
he's in.
throw. Save. It was never going to
Now
be
batting,
easy after the
shortstop.
misplay.
Number 2.
Runner on at first with one gone. And the batter will be the shortstop. On the ground, 2 ball. To Adames, that's 1. Over to first,
No,
but he
he's in.
beats it. Down the third baseman.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that is that. Back here in St.
Leading
Louis.
off for the
Bottom of the
Cardinals. Left fielder.
Stephen Kwan.
Steven
New pitcher on here. Gregory
Kwan.
Soto.
And he's got a
Now
nice
pitching
lead to
for
work
the
with, so he
number
should come in
31.
throwing strikes,
Gregory,
attacking
the
these
pinch
hitters.
hitting for the
Pinch hitter
Cardinals.
coming on.
Number
Spencer
7.
Steer.
Spencer Steer.
That
Ball,
misses
that's
the
out.
zone. And that is ball 1. Way inside.
Ball, that's out.
That one
Ball
misses.
4.
So a
Take the bait.
leadoff walk. Back to the top of the order now. Now here's Trent Grisham.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
Swing and a ball popped up. Murphy gets under it. And there's one down. Willie Adames.
Up next for the
Next up for the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
The
0 for
shortstop.
3 in this one.
Willie Adames.
That pitch
Yeah.
in for a strike. 0-1.
Not sure exactly what he was thinking there. Good sinker ball pitcher, goes with the fastball in a double play situation when he needs something on the ground.
Man at first, 1 away.
Yep, that ball went out.
Runner on the go. This one in the air center field. Has a beat on it. 2 away. And now the first baseman. Runner takes off. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. Runner goes again. Pitch
That's outside.
misses. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Ball, that's outside.
In there at the knees.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
2 outs and a runner at third. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Ripped on a line to center. And that's the inning.